polysaccharides, the complex sugars, are a problem for digesting for us humans. And there's some toxic compounds that have to be removed. There's a xanthoria priotina that was popularly used as a cure for jaundice. There is an Asian dish made from an umbilicaria. And by the way, umbilicaria would help you remember the umbilicus. It has one attachment, just one attachment. And you can tell that when you go in the field. Iwataki, anybody eaten that? I haven't. Lichens produce allelopathic chemicals that inhibit growth. They try to restrict moss, but moss generally, if there's enough water, will outcompete lichens. But they try. There's a couple of containers I'll pass around. I need big glasses when I do these, but this is a vitamin. And the vitamins, I found about 8-9 companies that say, and I quote, from wild harvested lichen, vitamin D was this formula in the natural form, cholecalciferol D3. And if you read, well, why would I want to take this vegan D3? Well, the other D3 is from either fish oil or lanolin from an animal. I don't know. But I sure find it interesting. This is just one of the brands, and I'm not sure if that's the one I have here. But so we'll all be eating vitamins that have lichens in it. Usnea longissima. I was talking to a gentleman before the program. It was probably the original tinsel on European Christmas trees, according to Broda, who wrote that real thick book over there. And it's a beautiful lichen, found on the coast, and getting more and more rare. So Native American people, called the Confederated tribes especially, used horsehair lichen, and they pit cooked it into a kind of a baked slurry, and they also made licorice. And I actually had a woman come up to my classroom one year from Kiwa, which is down by Enchilium, and she brought some pit-cooked bryoria and some Native American licorice. It's not a memorable experience. It's great. I mean, you could eat it, I guess. And of course, you recognize this as our bryoria fremontii. And feel free to pronounce those. But anyway, these are some of the tribal groups that used the horsehair lichen. You notice there's Thompson River, which is up here in BC, and the Okanagan, Coeur d'Alene. Arctic native people killed caribou and then got into the rumen right away and ate the partially digested lichen in there. I imagine the reindeer had, caribou had taken some of the materials out that were indigestible. Whoops. And that's Cladonia rangiferina. Caribou lichen. Reindeer lichen, they call it. Animals do feed on lichens. Look at the list, and it's just, the 3 dots say it goes on and on. Elk, deer, snowshoe hare, chipmunk, springtails and mites. Certain larvae of certain moth feed on lichens. Malaria, Platysmacia, and this is one called rhizocreta. Yeah, there's some historical facts too that we can look at. The wolf lichen was wolf poison. They ground up glass, made a slurry of Lotharia, put it into carcasses, and tried to kill wolves and foxes with it, especially in Scandinavia. This, which is called a parmelia, is known as crottle, and especially Navajo, as well as a whole bunch of other people, use the purple and brown dyes. There really is, a historical fact, there really is a tube lichen, and you held one if you chose to touch it on the way back. And there's one that's called the oak moss lichen, a Vernia species that they use as a mordant to fix perfumes. And that's been used for years. Okay. Some more interesting facts. Well, lichens are used for actually have some, work with other organisms a lot. Hummingbirds, these are parmelia lichens for camouflage. We have a flying squirrel. Most of its nest is Bryoria. We have what looks like just a lonesome rock out here, but it's a prairie, and it's the only high spot that a raptor can sit on. And raptors have, they have to defecate periodically so that nitrogen urea goes on the rock, and the lichens love it. Especially xanthoria. And then we have this little guy, picus. And xanthoria loves that too, as well as wood rats and other types of rodents. They'll have a urine line on rocks. I'll show you the next photo and it'll show you that. And this xanthoria seeks it out. They like that nitrogenous waste. If you can see the outline of this moth, and camouflage is also in that. And this is a seacoast area where there's bird guano all over the rocks. Lots of bird guano. And these lichens like it. Nitrogenous waste. Here's the rodent urine stains, which many of you have seen. And there's our Xanthoria elegans, attracted to those rodent stains. Good nitrogenous food for them. A katydid that you can see if you look good on a camouflage lichen. Some more facts. Usnea filipendula was used to treat wounds, first aid. 50% of all lichen species, according to Brodo, have some antibiotic properties. This is one that's really interesting to me. There's a lichen called Roxella tinctoria. It's known as orison, arkle, or cudbear. I don't get that one. It's a purple to red dye. When it's treated with ammonia, which in the early days was fermented urine, that's good enough, you get a purple dye out of it. So later on, they made litmus paper out of it. You remember litmus paper from science classes? It's found in the maritime areas, Azores, Morocco, so forth. The French chemist Lussac discovered litmus in the 1800s, and Precision Industries mass-produced it around 1932. So if you went to school from then on, you probably used a lot of litmus paper in your science classes, if you had a lab-based class. It was very, I guess, apparent in the trade wars and for social status. If you had this purple to red-violet dyed clothing, and somebody in those days saw that, well, you wouldn't have it if you weren't a cardinal or a king or some of royal folks, because you just couldn't get it. It was that sort of social status. There's the Roxella tinctoria, a very, bright colored. Binomial nomenclature, when we come up with genus and species names, the rule is that the Latin binomial for lichens is always the fungus name. Always the fungus name. So, Cladonia borealis plus a green algae, Trabuxia, guess what? It's Cladonia borealis. It's the fungal name. That's what the scientific name is. It's always taken from the fungus. And there's our beautiful Cladonia borealis.